Mr. Casabo, your case is relatively simple. You claim that the defendant gave you a dog and then took it back. And in the process of trying to prevent the defendant or her surrogates, her employees, from taking the dog back, you were injured by her employees. That's your lawsuit. The defendant says that you're an animal abuser. She never gave you the dog. It was a trial basis to see how it worked out. You neglected the dog, causing it to be injured and requiring surgery on the dog.
Yes.
Okay. First, tell me where the two of you live.
I live in South Jersey.
South Jersey.
Do you have a business, or is it a rescue service, or?
I raise Dalmatians.
Dalmatians, they're the firehouse dogs.
Yes, that's it.
How long have you been doing that?
I've had them most of my life, but for the last 8 years, I've been raising them.
How do you know the plaintiff?
He contacted me interested in adopting one of adult dogs that we have. I often
You
help.
have a website?
Facebook page, mostly, and a website. And I also help other people rehome their dogs, so we have a pretty big following. So people, if they can't keep their Dalmatians, will reach out to
Just
me.
Dalmatians?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Casabo, what motivated you to contact her?
I wanted a Dalmatian, and I'd seen it on the internet, the Dalmatian farm, so I called her.
Okay. Had you had a dog previously?
Yes, I've had 2 other Dalmatians for 13 years.
When did they pass?
One in '06 and one 4 years ago.
You decided it was time to get another dog?
Yes.
Okay, so you contacted the defendant, had a discussion with her. She said she had an adult dog. How old?
Like a year old. She had 3 of them, she said.
Male or female?
A female.
You made arrangements to go and see the dog?
Yes.
Saw the dog. Did you take it home that day?
What happened was when I got there was 3 of them, and I really didn't like any of them. And she said, you know what? Wait 1 second. She goes, I got one upstairs I forgot about.
Don't look at there.
She said, wait a minute. She said, I got one upstairs I forgot about. She come down with Baby, that's what I named her. And she come down, beautiful dog, and jumped in my arms, and I left with her in an Uber.
And how old was that dog?
Like a year old.
Why were you parting with that dog?
That particular one, I never used her in my breeding program. I raised her from a puppy. She was born with me. And she was really gentle, really, in his situation that he explained that he had a stroke, he needed a gentle dog. I felt she would have made a great match for him, and she was 2.
When did you have your stroke?
September 21.
And that's why he told you he wanted a dog, because he had had a stroke?
He wanted a dog, not a puppy, because he wanted something that didn't require so much work.
Okay. And this was a year-old who had not been in your breeding program?
She was 2 at the time.
2?
Yeah. She's 2.
Okay. So on what date did you take the dog home, Mr.
I
Castle?
believe it was it was the beginning of January.
Give me a date in January. Do you have the date?
Yeah, I believe it was the 18th. Yeah, it was the 18th of January.
When he came to your house?
Correct.
And took the dog?
Correct.
Okay. And you had the dog for how long, sir, before the dog had an accident?
The dog got hit on February 22nd, I believe.
Is that the date that you have? Mm-hmm. Okay, so approximately 1 month later, the dog somehow got out of your house and was hit by a car.
My plumber let him out, yes. My plumber let her out by accident.
Whoever let her out, can't blame somebody else. The dog was in your care, the dog got out of the house.
Yes.
And was hit by a car.
Yes.
On what day was that?
February 24th.
And it was the 28th that he called you?
Yeah, he called me. It was a Tuesday in February. The 24th is the day that I took her to the vet, but he actually called me.
The 24th was the day you took her to the vet with the injury from being hit.
She had been hit a week earlier.
You have the vet report?
I have the vet report from when I got the dog back from him.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you, sir, is not when she took the dog. When was the dog hit by a car? She has the vet report. You want to tell me?
It was that Thursday that she got.
So Thursday, she was hit by a car.
Yes.
And you didn't call her until Saturday.
I would no need to call her. Which what it is she called me every few days since the day that I got the dog. Because
to check.
To check on the dog, and I found out why is because she was really the owner. When I got the dog, she told me that it was a year old, and that the owners that bought it off of her had moved out of town and they couldn't take the dog with her. And so they had to give it back. So she took it back from them.
What does that have to do with the question that I asked you, which was, she called you every few days to find out how the dog was.
Yes.
And when she called you on Saturday,
And
you
I said-
told her that the dog had gotten hit by a car the previous Thursday.
2 days earlier.
2 days earlier, the dog had gotten hit by a car.
Yes.
And
I could not catch her. She was running around the house, and the state troopers even helped me for 3 straight days.
Now, I don't know if this has to do with the fact that this man had a stroke, but he has a hard time answering questions. And it could be because he did, in fact, have a stroke and he's just struggling to make his words out. But in this situation, I have a really hard time because I don't understand the whole trial period of you going to a dog breeder or a Dalmatian farm, and then the person says, "Oh, I got this extra one upstairs that you can take." That to me is already strange in itself. The other aspect of this that I don't quite understand is that why did he not take the dog to the vet? Why is it that he had to call her, the defendant, to come and pick up the dog and take the dog over to the vet? And this is not even right away. This is a few days afterwards, after the fact that this dog was hit by a car. Something's not adding up here, guys. I don't quite understand. If you take a dog and the dog is yours, your responsibility. Yeah, it's an accident. You didn't mean for the dog to get hit by a car. But I do feel a little bit strange about the fact that you had this dog, it was in your custody, you got it from a breeder, and then the breeders come in to pick it up and take it to the vet. That is weird to me. Now, there might be some things here when it has to do with his stroke that I think is causing the mishap here. I'm not really sure. Maybe he can't drive. Maybe he's not able to pick up the dog and take the dog to the vet and he needed help. But at the end of the day, guys, this guy is responsible, and we're going to find out really what's going on here because she took the dog back, and maybe she took the dog back for a good reason. What do you guys think about this? Should she be allowed to take the dog back?
okay, so that on Thursday she was hit by a car.
Thursday's the day she got out.
Thursday was the day she got out. Do you know when she was hit by a car?
Yes, on Saturday.
Now it's coming clearer. So the dog did not sleep in your house Thursday night or Friday night?
No, it was loose. We'll come to find out.
Shh. I'm asking questions, you give me answers.
Okay.
The dog got loose on Thursday. You didn't contact her on Thursday. Pay attention to me. You didn't contact her on Thursday. Sir, I'm asking you a
Yeah, I
question.
did. I spoke to her every day since it got loose. I talked to her on Thursday.
Okay,
Talked
so
on
you
Friday.
did contact her on
Yeah,
Thursday?
yes.
Did you give him any advice on Thursday?
He actually contacted me on a Tuesday, and the dog had already been loose and been hit by a car on a Sunday, and then 2 days later is when he contacted me to tell me at that time the dog was running loose at his house. He couldn't catch her. He was concerned about getting her microchip number to get official ownership. I didn't have that on me. I was in New York. And then I offered to send my girls over to help catch her. At that point, 20 minutes later, he tells me, "Don't bother. She just got hit by a car and she ran off."
And this was what date?
This was a Tuesday. On the 20th. I got possession of the dog on the 24th, which was a Saturday. The 20th is when he finally called me to tell me the dog was running loose. And then he told me she got hit by a car 20 minutes later
That was on the 20th?
on the 20th. But she actually had gotten hit on Sunday, like the 18th,
And the dog got to the vet on the 24th.
the day I brought her to the vet, or my girls did, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'd like just to see the vet report, please.
I do have pictures of her injuries.
I'd like to see them. Ooh. You seen pictures of the dog's leg?
I seen it live.
Well, when you saw it live, why didn't you take the dog immediately to the vet?
I couldn't catch her, ma'am. When the dog got loose on Tuesday, it was gone, like out of sight. And she called to see how it was.
Let me ask you this question. So, according to you, you tried, your neighbors tried,
State troopers.
the state troopers tried, nobody could get the dog, so the dog was walking around with this?
No, it didn't get hit till Saturday. The 24th is the day it got hit. I immediately
No,
made.
that's not what she says.
I know that you're right.
That's not what she says. That's not the 24th of the day she got hit.
That's the day I got the dog from him. That was after she'd been hit a week already.
No,
Is that the truth? Just, I'm reading the
it's not
vet's
the truth. She got
report.
hit on the 24th.
Did any of your neighbors see the dog get hit on the 24th?
Yes.
Who?
My neighbor, both neighbors across the street.
Your Honor, I might be able to help you with that. So I have a report from the animal control
Oh, may I see it,
that
please?
has been dealing with him for years.
That's easy.
And there's also a transcript of a phone call from his neighbor. I also have I can play you the audio of it.
Hold
as
on
well.
one second. You would venture to say, Mr. Kosovo, that if the dog was hit by a car a day or two or three, just listen to my question, a day or two or three before it was taken to the vet, you shouldn't have that dog.
I agree.
Right, let's all be clear about that.
Yeah.
You said that you had previously had Dalmatians.
Yes.
What about your beagles?
I have rabbit dogs.
What about your beagles?
What about them?
Well, did you have the beagles after the last Dalmatian died?
Yes, I've had them. Yes.
That's a yes. That's
Yes.
not a hard question.
Yeah.
English is your primary language, right?
Yes.
Good. And how many times did animal control tell you that they didn't want your beagles running around because it was dangerous? How many times?
Probably half a dozen every
Half
time.
a dozen.
Yeah.
And eventually they were rehomed, the
No,
two
ma'am.
beagles.
That's a lie.
Mr. Cosmo should not have custody of any animals. His original two beagles that continually got use eventually were rehomed due to his negligence, just with opening the door so they could run loose.
They've never in the hand.
One of the beagles needed medical care, and the police did a seizure, forfeiture of the dogs. That's from the Shore Animal Control.
She's
I'm just
encouraged.
reading you.
Yeah.
I'm just reading you, sir.
it's-
So this wasn't an accident. This was a history. You were told in January and February not to let this dog out. This dog was let out before.
The beagles?
This dog was let out before February 24th. Let out by you. And you were told not to do it.
Told not to do what?
Let
the
your dogs
Dalmatians?
out.
I have beagles. I have 3 acres of land, and it's all woods. And my beagles run rabbits. And when I would let them out purposely to run the rabbits, and then the neighbors would call because they didn't like the noise.
On January 27th, his newly adopted Dalmatian was running at large. A finder returned the dog on 2/18. He leaves his door open and the Dalmatian is getting out. On 2/22, his dog was hit by a car and needed medical care. Person he adopted the dog from was picking up and transporting the dog to the hospital. That was on the 22nd. On the 24th, resident calling for an update on his dog that was hit by a car. She stated she knew it was going to happen if he couldn't contain the dogs. Did you provide this information to Animal Control?
No, they provided it to me.
To you? Okay, I'd like to see the next statement from the neighbor, please.
Okay, so this is a transcript of an audio call, but so Animal Control sent me voicemails of that. I can play it for you.
I'm looking for the date of this.
On the 22nd of February is when Animal Control sent me the voice recordings of
This voice recording.
that because I was in contact with them
Okay,
about
so this was on the 22nd.
that they sent it to me. So it was probably before that when that.
Let's say it was the 22nd.
Okay.
Because this talks about the dog getting hit. So it happened, and you retrieved the dog on the 24th?
And I got the dog on the 24th, yeah.
Okay, well, that's 2 days. Okay, so let's understand this, Mr. Casavone. You had the dog for about a month.
Yes.
In that month's time, the dog got out several times.
Yeah, the dog was a runner.
Okay, so is it weird that I feel bad for this guy? I mean, really, this guy literally should not be just adopting random dogs that have random behaviors that are not well trained. I mean, everybody. This guy had a stroke. He's walking into this courtroom with a literal crutch cane thing on his hand. And I feel like you just look at him and you look at how he talks and speaks, and he clearly is having issues with communicating what he means, and he doesn't really have good recollection of what's going on. In my opinion, If you're going to be a dog breeder slash relocator for dogs who are being, removed from homes and rehomed to other families, I don't expect you to be doing, criminal background checks, but you should at least have some sort of system in place so that you're not giving dogs over to someone like this who clearly is not doing a good job taking care of the dogs. I mean, he's had animal control called on him multiple times for his beagles and his Dalmatian that keeps getting out and getting run over and hit by cars. I feel like in this situation, guys like this should not be getting a dog from a random person that they just had upstairs. They need to be getting a dog that is well trained specifically for patients who have had strokes. Otherwise, they're going to end up being in situations where their dog is running amok and they're having to take care of a dog when the dog is initially being brought on to take care of him. And I feel like this is just a weird situation. So I actually agree with the breeder coming and saying, look, I'm going to take this dog, we're going to take it to the vet, and I don't think you should get it back because you're clearly neglecting the dog. And animal control has already removed animals from you before. I feel like this guy just doesn't get it, but maybe I'm missing something here, guys. What do you think?
Now, this was not the first time you let other dogs out, and you had difficulties with other dogs that you had left out. You would relinquish the beagles to animal control. Did you turn the beagles over to animal control?
No, ma'am.
What did you do with the beagles?
I sold them to another rabbit hunter
Why did you sell them?
because I don't want to take care of them anymore. I couldn't really afford it, and it's hard enough just to get around.
So what did you get another dog for?
Rabbit dogs, they lived in a pen since they were born. I didn't get them till they were 9 years old. And, it's not really much of a pet, and I don't like keeping an animal in a cage. I thought
Well, you
it'd be
didn't
better.
keep the beagles in a cage. They were out all the time.
No, man, the only time they got out is when I let them out to run the rabbits. And when I let them out, the neighbors would call the cops.
Okay, fine. All right. So now this is what the case is about. You want the dog back. You had the dog, or you had the dog. You want the dog back. They took the dog to the vet. They paid thousands of dollars in vet bills to get the dog's legs set, bandaged, taken care of. You want the dog back.
Yes.
Can't have it back. Now let's get to the other part of your case. The other part of your case is that you were assaulted by her employees or people she wasn't there in the car when the dog was finally caught. Was she there? She
No,
driving?
she said she was in New York, and she said...
Shh. That's not what just answer my question. Was she in the car?
No.
When the car that was being driven by the two people that came to pick up the dog allegedly hurt you,
Yes.
was she in the car?
No.
No, she wasn't. Speak.
No.
Good. Then what are you suing her for? If they committed a crime by assaulting you with the car, because what I gather was, from your papers, you were trying to open up the car door. The car was moving with the dog in the car, and you knew where they were going. They were taking it to the vet. They had finally caught it. And you said you saw with your own eyes. I said, you want to see the pictures? You said, no, I saw it with my own eyes. So you saw that the dog was injured.
Yeah, I helped them put it in the car.
Right. And they were taking the dog to the vet. So you knew where they were going. They weren't taking it.
No, I did know. I made the appointment for the animal shelter earlier that morning, the second I got hit. I called immediately, told them that the leg got broke. I'm trying to get her now, bringing her straight to you.
The dog got hit 2 days before. That's what the voicemail says, that on the 22nd of February, this neighbor talks about the dog getting hit by a car.
But they might have seen it. I didn't see the dog get hit in my eyes.
Well, then you say, I didn't see the dog getting hit. On the 24th was the first day I saw the dog.
Yes.
Well, that's a different story. You understand that?
Yes.
The dog got hit and was suffering for 2 days before you saw it.
I couldn't catch it, yes.
You can't have the dog back. That's clear. The only other part of your case is whether or not you got hurt when they were trying to take the dog and you were trying to get the dog out of the back seat of the car to the vet. That's what your case is about. You say that you were pulling the car door open, trying to get another one of their dogs out of the car because they had brought a second dog to try to entice your dog. That's what you say.
Yeah.
You were trying to grab their dog and they sped away and they ran you over.
Yep.
Well, if that's the story, then did you file a police report?
Yeah, the troopers come, they escorted the lady back with the
Just
dog.
a second. Forget about the dog. You're not getting the dog back. You shouldn't have custody of a gerbil. Well, maybe that would be a good companion for you since you don't get around too easily and that has a cage. That's where it goes. It's very happy. You want to let it out in your house. Why sue her if somebody else hit you with their car?
For the medical bills, because she said because she's the one that sent her there. I didn't want to sue for the money. I wanted the dog back.
Oh, you don't want to sue for the money?
I did just for the medical bills. I'm not trying to get any free money.
Sorry. Sue the person who hit you with the car. That wasn't her. She wasn't in the car.
This is only further proving the fact that this guy is disabled. I mean, how could somebody who suffered a stroke be arguing for himself in court? I mean, clearly, you know, if he got injured and stuff, he wants the medical bills. I get that. If he was truly injured, then he should get the, you know, the money back. But he's not getting the dog back because he clearly has a huge amount of evidence against him for being an ineligible pet owner. But also, he has no idea the reality of the situation and what's going on. And I just find it really strange that he's suing her for the fact that this whole thing happened. Obviously, I don't believe that this woman who's running this Facebook page for dogs has like some giant operation and some legitimate like business, that corporation or something that he could be suing. And so he's just suing her when she wasn't even the one that was there or drive the car. So in my opinion, I feel like this guy's going to lose this case. Guys, I don't think he's going to win. I want to know what you guys think though. Do you think it's wrong that they even brought this guy on in this case? Because he clearly has some issues and it's sad. I feel bad for him.
Bye. Your case is dismissed. We're done.
This court is adjourned.
Everything she said was a lie. What it was is the lady, it was her dog.
I think she was perfectly spot on. She could see that he was lying about quite a few things.
The truth is, it was her dog the whole time.
Unfortunately, I made a poor judgment call of giving the dog to him in the first place. Totally changed my protocol.
Me and the troopers and neighbors tried to catch it, tried the best we could.
Thankfully, he called me to come get her, and we were able to quickly get the dog and save her leg. She almost lost it.
Getting our dog.
I just hope that whoever he tries to get a dog from is smart enough to do their research on who they adopt dogs to and